When will girls' secondary schools open across Afghanistan?
Primary schools and universities are open for girls. In some provinces, secondary school students from grade 6 to 12 can go to school. But we are facing some problems. We are trying our best to solve them and to bring things back to normal.
What problems though? Because classes were always segregated for boys and girls even before the 15th of August. So what problem is there in opening the schools?
Our religious scholars have issues with the safety of girls traveling to and from schools. We cannot only make decisions based on the situation in Kabul. We also have to consider villages and districts where people don't want girls to go to school.
It appears there is disagreement within your government on the issue of schools. Where is the opposition coming from specifically?
Education in our country is decided by the people and a body of religious scholars. There have been some problems that have been brought up by those religious scholars. The government is trying to avoid any sort of disagreement with them in order to maintain unity.
But they've already lost one school year. Don't the women and girls in this country deserve to know when they can go back to school?
We know that they have lost time and that is a problem. But on the other hand, the consensus of the people is also important.
So after 1 year in power, you are not able to commit a time at which all girls will be able to go to secondary schools?
When we came to power, there were a lot of problems and we didn't have the means to solve them. These things take time.
But how will they trust you? Because in March you said the schools were going to be open, girls went to school and were sent back home.
The people of Afghanistan trust us now. We are working to find a solution. Just as girls up to grade 6 and those in universities are able to attend classes, the others will also be able to.
The US says that it killed Al-Qaeda's leader in a house in Kabul owned by a close aide of one of your ministers. What is the Taliban's current relationship with Al-Qaeda?
We have formed a committee to investigate the incident. We are working on it. Our agreement with the US is still intact. We didn't use Afghan soil against any country. I don't think this will affect our relationship with the world and the US.
It's been at least 10 days since that attack. You still don't know whether the head of Al-Qaeda was in Kabul or not?
The investigation process is time-consuming because it is sensitive and has many aspects. We don't have enough evidence from the scene.
What is the current relationship between the Taliban and Al-Qaeda?
We were unaware of his presence here because there is no relationship. If some people personally had a relationship with him, we will find out. Al-Qaeda doesn't have any members here, as they left Afghanistan long ago.
So just to clarify, the Taliban has no ties with Al-Qaeda?
No, we don't have any ties with Al-Qaeda.
There have been reports and speculation that actually it was members of the Taliban who helped the US identify Ayman Al Zawahiri's location. How do you respond to that?
There is no truth to that.
If you don't know where Ayman Al Zawahiri was or is, how are you going to prevent any attacks on America or its allies from the territory of Afghanistan?
As I said, Afghan soil has not as yet been used against the US or any other country. Him staying hidden here is a separate story. The group was not run from here. If there was any activity, we would have known about it.
You've said you need international support, but what are you doing to try to gain that international recognition which would allow foreign funds to start coming in again?
We are trying to convince the countries that don't recognize our government. Many of them are engaging with us and should announce it formally to solve this issue. The money that has been frozen should be released. The international community should remove the restrictions on our banking system.
I saw an interview of yours where you said that China will help Afghanistan come out of an economic crisis. Can you explain that further? How are the Chinese helping you?
We welcome any country that wants to invest in Afghanistan. China has shown interest in investing in certain areas, and we invite other countries, including India, Russia, and even European countries, to do the same. Even if the US wants to invest here, we will facilitate it for them.